This Jamaican athlete was the world's very first men's 400-meter world champion. Do you know who that athlete was? Jamaica's Bert Cameron was the very first men's 400-meter world champion. Track and field fans, here's an amazing bit of information about one of our distinguished track and field pioneers. Let's see how many of you knew this. You can drop a comment to tell us if you knew about this beforehand or not. So, did you know that Coach Bertland Cameron, who now runs the Cameron Blazers organization in Jamaica, where he trains and conditions some of Jamaica's track and field athletes for local and international success, was himself a successful international track and field star back in the day, competing mostly in the men's 400 meters, where he became the very first 400-meter world champion that the world ever saw, when he competed in that event at the very first staging of the IAAF World Championships, which were held in Helsinki, Finland in 1983. Cameron was outstanding in competition in Helsinki, winning every 400-meter race, straight up to and including the final on day 4. He won Heat 2 on day 1 with a time of 46.11 seconds, then went on to win quarterfinal 2 on day 2, taking his winning time down to 45.76, then continuing on day 3 to take semifinal 2 in an even faster time of 45.48, culminating on day 4, where he won the final and became the world champion in the event with an even more impressive 45.05 seconds. His personal best time at the distance for that year was 44.50 seconds, and he was named Jamaica's Sportsperson of the Year for 1983, his third consecutive win of that prestigious award. Let's take a look at the races that made the star athlete the 400-meter world champion in 1983. My apologies for the quality of the clips, but please understand that these are from way back when. Even so, you will definitely recognize that our athletes then were every bit as good as athletes today. Tell us what you think about our Jamaican track stars' performance at the very first World Championships. And as always, thanks for watching.
Another interesting lineup in the second round. Rusanen of Finland, who will be cheered on by the home crowd. Elliot Tabron of the United States in 2, Tiako of the Ivory Coast in 3, the European record holder Erwin Skamral in lane 4, Bertland Cameron, the world's #1 400-meter runner last year, in 5, Prado of the Philippines in 6, Souza of Brazil, who wears yellow, in lane 7, and Darren Clark, and he's 17, who really is a tremendous prospect right on the outside for Australia. 18 years of age next month. That's Isidro Del Prado of Brazil. I beg his pardon, it's Souza of Brazil. Del Prado runs for the Philippines. Elliot Tabron, though, of the United States, is running well, and Bertland Cameron wearing 490 right in the middle. In fact, the American looks to be in trouble. He's struggling a little bit as Skamral of West Germany, the European record holder, is closing on Cameron and getting away from the American. And Souza is coming up, and so too did the 17-year-old Darren Clark of Australia. It was Cameron that crossed the line.
A long pause, it went nice and quiet, the stadium packed, the atmosphere superb, no break in the echelon. Skamral has gone off though in lane 7 and closed on Mike Ball of Trinidad. He's gone blasting off, and the other West German looking good. But this is Bert Cameron, and he's flowing nicely. Up to Sundernick's now, he's taken 2 yards out of him. But Schoenleber is coming through, and the other West German, Skamral, has closed, even on Bert Cameron. Weber has come up to him as well. Cameron off the crown of the bend. He's got 2 West Germans with him. Frank's on the inside, but Cameron flowing away. Skamral outside him, can't close it. It's still Cameron of Jamaica. He's got 2 yards to spare. The American closing Franks. Franks gets second, and Sundernick gets third. But Bert Cameron has come good, and he'll go straight over to the Americans, who he knows so well. And that was a fine run. He paced it beautifully. 45.05. Not as fast in comparative terms to the women, but really it was beautifully paced. Bert Cameron taking his lap of honour. He started favourite and he ran it like a champion.
The American champion Sundanix goes in 4. That's Bert Cameron that we're looking at. Thomas of Jamaica in the past, the George Rodens, the Herb McKinleys and the Arthur Winds. Because he's really headed the world, and there he is in yellow, chasing after the American outside him, Sundanix, the 22-year-old at the University of Indiana. Sundanix has gone off exceptionally well, so has the American on the inside. That's the good look at Bert Cameron right in the middle of your picture. Mike Franks on the right of your picture in the all red of America, closing on Souza from Brazil. On the outside, Mike Paul of Trinidad, and the white vest with a red band of West Germany looking good, Scumrail in lane 7. But Bert Cameron comes off the bend the better. He's floating beautifully, moving with a quiet rhythm and real authority now. Cameron without much pressure from Scumrail, and the Americans are going to get second and third right at the dip there. Mike Franks on the inside, I think, from Sundanix, and Bert Cameron, who knows them so well because he's at an American university, at the University of Texas at El Paso, sees